What's going on, guys? Welcome to today's new episode. We just finished watching Sean Brady versus Leon Edwards, and I'm torn. I'm a Leon fan. I wanted Leon to win, but that was some great jiu-jitsu that was applied in that fight. We're going to do a breakdown in today's video. I'm going to break down the main event, and we'll just, have some fun with this video. So hope you guys are doing well. Trying to bounce back from this Leon loss, but bro, it was insane. I don't want to take too much of you guys' time. Really want to talk about the main event, Leon Edwards versus Sean Brady. It went 4 rounds, went the distance, but Sean Brady really displayed some great grappling throughout the fight. Now, if we see the stats, so total strikes, we had 221 for Sean Brady, 23 for Leon, 5 takedowns for Brady, 0 for Leon. Now, Leon did have a takedown attempt in the 4th round. Actually, I believe it was in the 3rd round now I think about it. Leon started the fight off strong. Like he was gathering distance with his jab, trying to stay on the feet. But once he was taken down, he was just in bottom half guard for pretty much the whole fight, dude. And it was hard to watch just because we know how deadly Leon could be on the feet. It's just we didn't see that urgency that we needed him to have, especially going against Sean Brady. Sean Brady really just established the control. Those 221 strikes, not all of them were fatal, to say the least. A lot of them were just kind of open hand strikes, really trying to get Leon to open up to get to some submissions. I believe there was a rear naked choke attempt that when Sean Brady was on his back. He had a tight body triangle too. But as soon as that body triangle opened up, Leon was able to escape, get back on the feet. Leon had a few good shots, and then boom, this takedown that he had was just sprawled by Brady, brought him down. And then Sean Brady is known for having a crazy one-handed mounted guillotine. Pretty much did the same thing on top from half guard, went to full mount. And once he went to full mount with one hand, he just grabbed his other hand, and it was pretty much lights out for Leon. Now, this was a huge fight for Leon Edwards. We expected a bounce back, especially after losing the title to Bilal Muhammad. It's sad to see, especially with the home crowd by your side. It wasn't the most entertaining fight by any means, but it's great for Sean Brady and kind of establishing his road to the title shot. So he's hunting for Bilal Muhammad. I'm not sure who's going to have the next title shot. I know Shavkat was in the mix. He's dealing with a knee injury. Sean Brady hasn't lost to anybody else besides Bilal Muhammad. So besides those stats, total strikes, 221 strikes. Interesting to see what's next for Leon. Not sure who would be a good matchup for him, but it does seem like it might be a long road before we see Leon in title contention, especially just bouncing back after that loss. I feel like his stock did go down quite a bit, but we definitely could see a different version of Leon if he steps in the cage with a different type of mindset. But Sean Brady is an absolute animal. Now, I actually had problems with this fight, bro. Jan Blachowicz versus Carlos Ulberg. Round 1, I felt clearly was Jan's round. We're gonna peep the stats right here. There was 18 total strikes compared to Ulberg's 15. But I believe the significance in the strikes was really what made the difference. There was a lot more power, and Jan was landing flush on Carlos. Now, Carlos was very similar in the total strikes landed, but I feel like the damage wasn't the same. It's like if you're playing in UFC, you hit him with a couple of strikes that has the cameras flashing. There was no cameras flashing when Carlos was hitting Jan. Now, the second round, I do give that one to him. He had 29 total strikes compared to Jan's 16. I felt that he had a lot more confidence during the second round. He was like faking takedowns, trying to get Jan to think on what he was doing. Had some good high kicks in there. Round 2, I do give it to him. And round 3, I felt like was very even. I honestly thought it went Jan's way, especially with the strikes that were landed on the feet. Felt like there was more power. And honestly, I felt Jan was robbed in this fight against Carlos Ulberg. Carlos Ulberg lots of momentum going his way. I believe he started in 2020. He made it to the UFC in 2020 after the Dana White Contender Series. And Jan Blachowicz is 42 years old. So I had the old dog winning the fight. I thought he did. Honestly, I was looking at the MMA community to see what they thought. I feel like majority of people thought Jan won that fight. It was a close one. It was a technical one. Should it be 5 rounds? Most likely, especially if it's a co-main event. I would think that having 5 round fight, especially with two contenders that are so close to a title shot. I think Jan was ranked 3 and Carlos 6. Could be wrong here. I don't see the stats on here, but unfortunate for Jan. Not sure what's next for him. He was the underdog in this fight, but I thought he was gonna win. Now, Gunnar Nelson, Kevin Holland right before this. I thought this was an entertaining fight, knowing that Kevin Holland had 2 losses behind him, 45-70 situation. There's not a lot of hype going on with Kevin Holland. I had a feeling that he was going to win. Going against Gunnar Nelson, he's been out of the UFC for a few years. He's an OG. He's been fine for so long. I think in 2007 was his debut. So we just know how much experience Gunnar Nelson has. But I felt like Kevin Holland was able to definitely do his thing, especially in round 1. He had a majority of strikes. Gunnar Nelson did have a takedown at the end of the round, so it was kind of iffy if who won the first round. Was it Gunnar? Was it Kevin? Round 2 really solidified things for Kevin Holland. Felt like Gunnar Nelson just got gassed, especially with those clinch scenarios against the cage. He just really lost a lot of momentum. But Kevin Holland was very active from the bottom position, from his guard, his open guard. He was able to keep guard retention well, had plenty of up kicks. He did get caught. Kevin did get caught in an arm triangle. He was defending it and then ended up using the cage to break free, to get up and create space. But besides that, it was all a Kevin Holland show from there. Kevin looked a lot more comfortable in the cage. Those close guard, he wasn't. Close guard was money. He was able to be offensive from his back. And it's not really a style we see often, but if applied well, you can be dangerous off your back. There was some triangle attempts, some omoplata attempts, I believe, as well. There was a period in the fight where Kevin Holland got an omoplata set up and Gunnar Nelson just stood up. So they were kind of just like in this awkward position. And then at very end of round 2, Kevin Holland hits Gunnar Nelson with the 45-70 and almost ends the fight. I thought it was over. And there was some controversy on if Kevin Holland hit him late after the bell rang, but they played it back, and it seems like right when the bell rang, he went for the kill shot, and it gave Gunnar Nelson another round to try to redeem himself. But after that, after the arm triangle attempt, I believe that was in round 3, Kevin Holland just got up and started doing his thing, and he's back in the win column. So Dana White's probably going to have him for another fight. One of the most active fighters in the UFC, and he got his 45-70 win, so that was cool. And the fight that we actually tuned into first was this women's strawweight fight with Molly McCann and Alexia Thainara. And we actually did have Alexia winning this fight. We actually called it. Surprisingly, we called Alexia by submission, and that's what ended up happening. Now, Molly McCann was a tough fighter. She actually retired after this fight, which was emotional for her. She actually left both gloves in the ring this time, in the cage. Not like Tony Ferguson, but it was emotional for her. But Alexia Thainara with submission. I'm trying to think of the submission right now. Oh, it's a rear naked choke. That's right. She ended up submitting Molly McCann with a rear naked choke. Molly did attempt to defend the rear naked choke the first time. It did seem like she was out of there. She was able to break free from Alexia's rear naked choke attempt because she was controlling Alexia's other arm. She had I believe one of the right or left arm. I believe she had a right arm and she was controlling the left. But once that was defended, Alexia went back to the rear naked choke. She was able to get the hand behind the head and ended the fight there. So she's from Brazil. She's also from the Dana White Contender Series, and I believe she's won 10 in a row. So we might hear a lot more about Alexia Thainara. And like I said, I don't want to take too much of you guys' time. I didn't actually watch these fights. I missed these, but I heard Jordan Jordan Vucinic. He's MMA Guru said he sold in the second round. I'm not sure. I have to watch the fights back, but that there was a lot of momentum going to Jordan Vucenic's way just because he made his debut the fight before, and he's coming off a loss, so it was kind of like a momentum building thing. It was in England and London, home crowd, but the home crowd didn't help some of these fighters on the card. I missed this fight. This was a decision. Nathaniel Wood, I guess he had the performance of a lifetime against Morgan Charrier, which is amazing to see. I did catch a little bit of this Jai Herbert and Chris Padilla fight. Jai, I believe in the third round, he was close to finishing the fight, but Chris Padilla ended up winning the first 2 rounds, so I ended up going to him. Loney Kavanaugh, though, I did see that, bro. That was a great fight. It was back and forth. It wasn't really secure for either fighter. Felipe Dos Santos was a dog and gave Kavanaugh. Loney Kavanaugh a tough fight. There was a lot of blood, a lot of corners get the fighter hyped up, but I feel like Loney Kavanaugh has a lot of potential hype just because of his fighting style. It's very active. He's agile. He's quick. Throws a lot of spinning attacks. Felipe Dos Santos trains with Shoot the Box and Ian Gary and Charles Oliveira in the squad over there. So this guy got some nasty Muay Thai. And Loney was able to get the win, and I feel like that's one of the prospects to look out for. I want to check out some of the stats. It was the takedowns that really secured the win for him, just because the total strikes. I'm not sure how that works, bro. I don't know if there should be some like AI judges or something, but like there's got to be something to show like strikes evaded, power shots landed, damage inflicted, because these strikes landed. Not all strikes are the same, bro. They're not. Now Tybura and Parkin, I couldn't see it. Seems like Tybura got the decision win. The boy CLD, Christian Leroy Duncan, ended up getting the decision win. Pooja Tomar, I ended up seeing a clip right before I started training. Pooja had a nasty head kick to Shauna Bannon, and he thought it was over, but Shauna ended up just like grabbing an arm after almost going unconscious and submitting her with the armbar, bro. Brutal. I thought for sure Pooja was gonna win. Like bet the house. After seeing those highlights, I'm like, this girl doesn't stop. But she does to arm bars, bro. Nathan Fletcher, I believe he was the favorite to win. Didn't get the job done. I felt like there was a couple shots right off the beginning of the fight that Loran was able to get the dub. So Nathan Fletcher did not see too much of that fight. The one last thing I want to talk about is Guram Kutaladze and Kawe Fernandez. This dude had the Avengers on his squad, bro. He had Ilya Tapuria, his brother, and Hamzat Chimaev in his corner. And he's Georgian. And he lost, bro. I guess it was just like a nightmare fight for him. He was slipping, he was falling. He had those cartoon sound effects during the fight. Fernandez, from what we saw in the highlights from the video before, I mean, he was no slouch by any means, but it seems like Guram had everything going for him. He was a heavy favorite. Kawe Fernandez was a plus 330 betting odds wise, so it was not in the cards for Guram to lose, especially with Ilya and Hamza in his corner. But how it doesn't matter who's in your corner; it's about who's fighting, who's the actual fighter. So that was an interesting card, bro. Back to the main event, Leon and Sean. It was just tough to see, bro. As a Leon fan, someone who finds his story inspirational, seeing where he came from and kind of the where he's at now, and kind of a story of the ups and downs in his career. This is definitely one that stings, but shout out to Sean Brady representing Philadelphia, and I'm excited to see who they pair up for both of these fighters next. So if you guys enjoy videos like this, let me know down below. Leave a comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you guys. We out. Peace.